Hello guys, welcome back to my C++ tutorial series. In this video we're going to be looking at variables and comments. So we're actually going to look at how exactly we can declare variables and how exactly we can use the variables. And when it comes to the comments, we're going to look at the two types of ways we can comment on our program. Okay, so we're using code blocks as our IDE. Okay, so let me just resize this so that can actually just fit our video recording area here. All right, so without wasting any time, let's go to our let's create a new project. Actually, let's we created a hello world project in the previous video, so we're actually just going to use that. So your previous projects are actually just shown here, your recent projects. Okay, so we've got a number of them. The most recent is simply this one here, so we simply click on our recent project, and as you can see, it was a hello world project. So let's dive right into commenting on our program. In the previous video we defined exactly what each part of our program is doing. So here we are now going to add comments in case some people maybe would like to read our program. How exactly are they going to find it easy for them to understand each part of our code? Okay, so we can simply there are two ways. So there are multi-line comments and there are also just single line comments. So for single line comments, we're simply going to say // and we can say here we're outputting hello world to the screen. All right, so I guess you can see that we can just correct the spelling there, hello world to the screen. Here we are declaring our return function, so we are calling our return function. So don't forget the double forward slashes there. So calling the return function and setting its value to 0. All right, so basically that's how we add comments. So these comments, in case somebody wants to read our code, okay, sometimes you're going to write very long programs. Let's say you've got 1000 lines of code, okay, and then you yourself actually wants to go back to that program and you want to fix maybe a bug, or maybe you want to improve it in a certain way. Comments are going to help you remember what exactly you were doing. Okay, then we also have multi-line comments. So this program, we're simply going to try to do some basic arithmetic. So let's say we add a comment here. So we say / and a star, all right, an asterisk as you call it. Most people are used to calling it a star. So for multi-line comments, this is exactly how we do it. So / asterisk, we can simply press enter, then star and / again to close. So in between here we can type anything that we want, and that's going to be identified as a comment. So if you know, comments are not recognized by the comments are not compiled, okay, so they're ignored by the compiler as the program runs. Okay, so here we can simply say this program is going to be used to illustrate basic use of variables. Okay, so don't mind my typing here. Okay, program, what did we miss there? Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Then we can also say that we're gonna also say that this program is also showing the basic, or not even the basic actually, the use of single lined use of single lined and multi-lined comments. All right, so single line comments. Okay, so that's exactly how you know, we write comments. Let's now dive right into looking at variables. Okay, so a variable is simply a placeholder, okay, of data. Okay, so since a variable is a placeholder, okay, in short, we're saying a variable reserves a memory location. Okay, so let's try to declare a variable that is going to keep a placeholder for an integer. Okay, so we have to start with the data type, so we're going to say int. Okay, so if you want the variable to store an integer, we say int. So int, we're going to call it int a is equal to let's say 2. Okay, and we can terminate our statement here. Or you can say int b and you terminate there. Okay, and then later on you can still say b is equal to 3. Okay, after saying that, you can still say b is equal to 10. So what C++ does is that it gets the last value assigned to the variable. Okay, so in this case, if we had to say cout b, so notice that we don't include our inverted commas since we're calling out b, which is a variable. Okay, cout b, end line there, b, the value of b is going to be 10 in this case because this is the last value that was assigned to b. So let's try to run our program so that we can see what we're talking about. So it runs there, and okay, we're going to be seeing it in a moment. All right, here it is. So I guess you can see it displays 10 here. Okay, and then also notice that a hasn't been called to be you know, to be outputted here. We haven't said cout a anywhere, so it's not going to be outputted to our screen. Okay, so we can close that. We still have our hello out here anyway. And then let's say we want to add a to b. Okay, how do we do it? We simply say okay, so let's just get rid of these statements. Let's just create something new. Okay, so let's say we want something like sum. So we want to get the sum of the two numbers a and b. Okay, so we're going to declare another variable called sum. All right, so we're simply going to say int sum. Okay, int sum is equal to a plus b. All right, and then here we can also say we want to find the difference, so we can say int difference is equal to a minus b. All right, and we terminate there. All right, then after that we're simply going to say cout sum. Okay, so we're going to put our inverted commas here, so cout sum equals, so we also leave a space we're leaving this space because of a reason that I'm going to show you when the program runs. So sum, and then we can say insertion operator again, then we say sum, so that now it can display a sum. So this sum is simply a string, okay? It's a text, okay? So this sum in here is different from this one because this one is now the variable itself, I guess you can see. So sum, and then insertion there, and then we say difference. So the difference here is going to be in inverted commas like that, difference, and we can simply say difference. Actually here we say equals. So here I'm not going to include the space so that you can simply know why I have added a space here. So we say difference is difference, this variable here. So we can simply just double click there, and we can close our insertion operator, and we say end line, terminate. Okay, so now let's try to run our program. Remember, we can simply just press F9 and our program is going to build and run. So let's just wait for it, and there it is. So I guess you can see our sum is 12, okay? And then actually after sum we didn't add a space here, okay? We didn't include any space here. So difference comes together with 12, which is the sum of the two numbers, and the difference is equal to -8. Doesn't actually have space in there. So it's important to, you know, add a space here if you want to make your work look somewhat neat. Okay, so let's run again. And there we have it. Okay, so that's just a basic way we can work with variables. So in the next video I'm going to show you how much more we can do with variables. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll see you in the next video.